It's showtime and we're live. Are you retired? Are you inspired? That is the question that my son Justin is proposing for you. Welcome, Justin. Hope you're having a great day. Good to see you on this live stream tonight on a Sunday night. Good to see everybody. Welcome, Invisible River. Good to see you. Awareness of your hood is important. And welcome to Marty Baker, my #1 fan. Hey, Marty Baker, how are you doing tonight? Good to see you. Hope you're having a great Sunday. How's the weather there where you're at? It is beautiful here today. Of course, it rained all night long last night, so Tigger has a white beard too. Did you know that? Look at that. Tigger, look at his white beard. See, he has a white beard too. He has to get up in my lap whenever I'm sitting in this chair. He is sure to be right here in my lap. Tigger, my wonderful inspiration. He is my liege. Yes, you are. Let's see, who all do we have? We got some new people joined us. Let's go on down here. Everybody's saying hi to everybody, and my son Justin saying he's too broke to become a member. That's okay. Don't feel pressured. No pressure here. None whatsoever. But I am looking for some members. And if you become a member on this channel, then that means you get early access to all my content. Usually I post my content a day before, and that way I can go in and make a few little editing changes. I've started to put a little bit of music to my videos. So what do you guys think of that? My new video stuff with the music. Let's see. Brent, welcome Brent. Good to see you on here. Brent says he hopes that everyone is doing well. And he says he hopes his mental health, he said his mental health could be better. Sorry to hear that, Brent. I hate to hear that. I don't know what's going on, but I am going to definitely put you in my prayers, Brent. Justin says hi to Brent. He says try standing in place and doing calisthenics. And CG anime fan, welcome. Hope you're having a great day today. Good to see you on here, my friend. Physical exertion. Yeah, physical exertion is good for you. It certainly is. If you haven't already, be sure to slap that like button. Yes, smash that like button. And keep those comments coming. I appreciate those comments. Marty says, how was your day today? Well, my day was great, Marty. Thank you for asking. So, today was Sunday, so it was the Lord's Day. We had worship this morning. Had a good old worship service and good singing, good praise, and a good sermon. So I hope you guys were able to go and get a good worship on today, and hope you got to worship your Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. This afternoon, they didn't have worship services, but what they did do is they had a chili cook-off at the church building. And so the wife and I went up there, and they had little kiddos in costumes running around all over the place. And we had some chili, and we had some sweet tea, and we had some cake, and we got a lot of candy. So we had a good time. Brent says he'll try doing some of that calisthenics. Justin says he went to liturgy this morning. Liturgy. I had one of those this morning also. Then he went to the gym for a bit. Then he spent way too much time engaging farming the Twitter X. Okay. CG says, I hope everybody had a really good week. Now I'm going to take a minute here and just brag on CG. CG is a great guy, and if I could review his channel, which I might just do that, this might end up being a live stream about CG and his channel. But CG is one of those people who is really sensitive, and he appreciates kindness. And so be sure and show him all the love in the world, because he is a great guy. And he is always makes wonderful, kind comments on my channel after the live stream is over. Never fails to leave me a comment and thanking me. So I appreciate CG. I appreciate you, CG. Let's see what else we got going on here. Brent says the Cleveland Browns beat the Miami Dolphins today. Wow. So I guess the Cleveland Browns and the Miami Dolphins are big rivalries. Marty says, do you watch the Auburn game last night? No, I didn't watch it, but I'm sure they lost. Did they lose or did they win? Anybody out there in Dreamland got Sunday scaries? No, 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 no. Oh, I got to thank you, Invisible River. Look at that. Invisible River is my first YouTube member. So if you didn't join me when I first got on here tonight, all members get early access to my videos. And I think it's like $2.50 a month to become a member, but you get early access. And I'm also thinking about doing a second live stream, maybe every other week on Wednesdays, and just having members on the live stream. So what do you guys think about that? So thank you, Invisible, for becoming my first member. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. And you know, I also want to brag on Invisible. Invisible, if you haven't checked out his channel, he has a live stream. A lot of the time of the day, he'll have a live stream going where you can actually go onto his live stream camera and you can zoom around, get a 360-degree angle, and you can see anywhere on his farm. He's got a huge place out there in Arizona, and I think he said he came from Florida and moved out to Arizona and got this place, and he's just living his best life, just having a great time. And I appreciate you, Invisible, because you're always very kind as well, and you always come onto my live streams and give lots of comments and kindness, and you always show the utmost appreciation, and I thank you so much. CG says, thank you for your thoughtfulness and help. Well, thank you, CG. Kindness costs nothing, according to Brent, so sprinkle that stuff everywhere. I agree, Brent. You are absolutely correct. Kindness costs nothing. Nothing whatsoever. So be kind to people. And, you know, it never hurts to smile. Of course, when I smile at people, I show my teeth so they don't know if I'm smiling or if I'm just angry. So, you know, I have to be careful and, you know, just to give out the smiles, you know, sparingly. CG is the man. Absolutely, Brent. I agree. CG says, to be honest, your kindness is the main reason that I watch your streams. Thank you so much, CG. And you are also very kind. And I also check out your videos as well. Marty says she is watching the Falcons and the 49ers game tonight. So, Marty, who won the game last night with Auburn? Did Auburn or did Missouri win? Oh, you already answered that. Tua was benched. And Invisible says he likes the extra star. Well, you deserve it, Invisible. Thank you so much. Thanks again for becoming a member. And Marty says Auburn lost. Oh, just like Auburn to lose again. But they were playing Missouri, and Missouri is a really good team, so you can't really, you know, beat them up too bad about it. Brent says, no, not a rivalry. The Browns only won one game, so it was nice to see them win a second one. Okay, cool. Welcome, Badlands Bandit. Good to see you on here, my friend. How are you doing tonight? He says, good evening to everybody. And he says, hello, Retire Inspired Nation. Now, Badlands, I don't know if you got on a little bit late, but we have us a new member on the channel. And that is Invisible River. And he said it's $3.99 a month. I didn't realize it was $3.99. I guess it depends on what level of member you sign up for as far as how much you are charged. I think the lowest level member is like, I'm not sure, maybe $2.50 a month. I'm thinking. Brent says $3.99 a month would become a member, no problem, but at the moment I can't afford it. But when I can, I will. Well, okay. Like I said, there's no pressure here for you to become a member. But if you would become a member, I would be very grateful and I would appreciate it very much. And it would also, again, it would allow you to have early access to my videos. I usually post, like I said earlier, I post my videos like 24 hours before they actually go live. So if you become a member, you'll have instant access to my videos as soon as I post them. And I hope you guys are enjoying my videos. If you are, give me a thumbs up. Lots of stars at night. Yeah, he's got the stars, the moon, and I don't know what that S is for. Do you know what that S is for on your... I see a star, I see a moon, and I see something that looks like a little S. And Invisible says, he is happy he could be my number one. Make you happy. Thank you. It does. It definitely makes me happy. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness, Brent. Brent, you didn't have to do that, buddy. But thank you. Thank you for joining and becoming my second member. So Brent is now a member on the channel as well. So thank you so much, Brent, for becoming a member. I'm so glad to have you on as my second member. So now you can claim the title. You can't claim first because Invisible already got that, but you are the second member. So thank you so much. Invisible says, the TM ran out. I didn't have all I needed, so it's now moon and star. I like your sign, Marty says. Are you talking about this this new one here? This is my new Mayberry sign. It says reserved parking for Mayberry Sheriff's Office only. Let's see. Badlands says go Niners, so he's a 49ers fan. Marty says Missouri won. Yep, I guess they did. I didn't watch the game. I'm glad I didn't now because I wouldn't. I don't like to see Auburn lose. And Brent says the lowest is $3.99. I wonder why that is. I thought it was $2.50 for the basic store. I guess I'm wrong. For the basic membership, I mean. CG Anime Fan, he said I did a review of your channel 11 months ago. Yes, I remember that. I actually watched that review. Dallas Flippin', welcome Dallas Flippin'. Good to have you on here, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Hope that little baby's doing good too. Dallas is a fairly new father. He's got 2 little girls now. His second little girl was born just, I guess, a little bit over a year ago now. So he's a young dad, and he's making his way the best he can, just like the rest of us. So Dallas Flippin', yes, you do get a discount on my eBay store if you're a member of my YouTube channel. And I will give you that discount code as a member when I do my private lives. Retire level 2 is $8.99. Wow. Huh. I wonder why it's so high. That's expensive. That means he's a member. Valerie says, oh, welcome Valerie White. That's my sister-in-law. That's my brother William's wife. Hey, hope you and my brother William are doing okay tonight. She says, I'll see you fall in love on me, brother-in-law, at Thanksgiving. What? I'll see you fall in love on me, brother-in-law, at Thanksgiving. Oh, yeah. They are coming to our house for Thanksgiving. Both Valerie and my brother William and his mother-in-law, which is Valerie's mother, Stephanie, will be coming, and we are looking forward to hosting you guys. We're going to have us a big old Thanksgiving meal here in Montgomery, Alabama. And so we're going to have us some turkey and some ham, and I'm going to be recording it on my eBay, on my YouTube channel. I might even do a live while I'm doing my cooking on Thanksgiving Day. So that might be a special that I do just for my members, is doing a live showing me cooking on Thanksgiving Day. What do you guys think? I got 2 members now, so what do you get? What did the members think? Because you guys, your opinion has a little bit of a double value. So Invisible says now you get to see if they stick. Yeah, I guess so. If it gets too expensive for you, I mean, just drop it. Don't go broke trying to pay membership fees. Please don't do that. Gotta perform. Gotta perform. CG says, I hope that you get 3,000 subscribers soon. I'm currently trying to get 2,000 subscribers. Yeah, I just went over 1,705 subscribers. I mean, 2,705 subscribers. So I only got about 296 left to go, and I'll have 3,000 subscribers. So you guys put the word out. Let people know that I'm here so they can come watch me. Valerie says, happy early Halloween from William, Valerie, and Marty. Justin says, I don't know about Mayberry, but I'm about to have to go grab a couple of boxes of Frankenberry cereal for the spooky Halloween season. Well, that sounds good. Frankenberry is nothing but sugar, but you go have at it. It's okay to have for it. Here's the question: should I do a poll? I might just do a poll. Are children's cereals good for adults? Is it good for an adult's mental health to eat children's cereals? So what do you guys? You think I should do a poll? Let me see. I'll have to put that up later. I'm going to put that up later. I'm going to put up a poll. Is it mentally healthy for adults to eat children's cereals? My vote is yes. Justin says, how many of you out there in Dreamland are getting your Ookie Spooky October on? And CG says, by the way, I forgot if I've asked before, but do you want me to call you Retire Inspired or Sam? Well, you can call me Sam if you're a member. No, just kidding. But seriously, call me Sam. My name is Sam, so call me Sam. But if you want to call me Retire Inspired, call me Retire Inspired. I do have merch now, so that makes it official. I have Retire Inspired merch. Also, if you're a member, if you are a member, and I have 2 members now, so after 30 days, I will send you a free Retire Inspired shirt. How about that? Marty Baker says Alabama won. Okay, well, good for them. Roll Tide. Don't be taking down my team, Samby. Valerie says, my name is Valkyrie Smith. Gumball Gold. Welcome, Jim. What you doing, buddy? Hotty toddy. How you doing, my friend? Hadn't heard from you in a little bit. Looks like we've got the crew up here tonight. Got all the folks up here tonight. So you're going to have to consider subscribing to or becoming a member to my channel, Jim, because all members get early access to my content. So I am really pushing the memberships tonight. And it's like Invisible River said, we'll see if they stick. But if you guys join and you become a member, after 30 days, you get a free t-shirt. You get free merch. Invisible says, when I lived in Florida, they added the sales tax even though you're in another state. You pay for tax everywhere. Yeah, I guess so. So what are you guys all doing on a Sunday night? Jim says, did you see my rocket gumball machine review video? When did you put it out, Jim? Was it like within the last 24 hours? Because I haven't seen I haven't seen a new video with you recently. But if you guys are not subscribed to Jim at Gumball Gold, go see him. He's got a great channel, but it's all about gumballs. So if you don't care about gumballs, don't go check out his channel. But if you're interested in gumballs, he is the one to watch. Valerie says, this is your brother William. Don't be talking down Auburn around me. Hey, you know what? Mizzou was a better team. That's just the way it is. I mean, that's not talking down Auburn. Brent says, has Barney Fife said nip it in the bud? I think he did. Yeah, did you see that video? Because I was in the jail cell and I heard something. I heard a nip it in the bud. I sure did. Her name is actually Valkyrie Smith. Okay. Valerie, okay. Marty says, no, it's not. And Brent says, I don't think it would be terrible for mental health. How would that affect your mental health? He's talking about the cereal. Because when you are eating a child cereal, like, you know, Cocoa Puffs or what are some other children's cereal? Lucky Charms, or any of the ones that have marshmallows in them, because they all count as children's cereals. It kind of takes you back mentally to a time in your childhood when things were much simpler, right? So, you know, when you don't have bills to think about, when you don't have to worry about being at certain places at certain times, you don't have to worry about deadlines, taxes, electric bills, water bills, gas bills, any kind of bills. So it kind of takes you back to a happy place where life was just taken care of and you were taken care of. And so for just a few minutes of your day, you can sit there and just kind of get into a Zen moment. And you can think about the happy times when you were a child and you had no responsibilities, no worries, no cares. So that's how it would be good for your mental health as far as I'm concerned. Justin says eating cereal is objectively abysmal for an adult's mental health. And that's why he eats it nightly. Badlands Bandit says, no, not good, but definitely nostalgic. You know what I think you should do as an adult? I think you should sit down, not necessarily a young adult like a 23 to 33 year old, but an adult like my age. Sit down with a bowl of cereal, children's cereal, of course. It's going to have some type of marshmallows in it or something that is childlike, because you have to get into your child Zen mentality. So you sit there and you get yourself an Atari 2600 from 1977, like I just got. And you plug it in and you put that game in, that Pac-Man or that Donkey Kong or that Space Invaders, one of those, and you sit there and you play it, and then you pause it and you eat some of your cereal, and then you go back and you play it again, then you pause it, eat some more of your cereal, and it's like you're a time traveler. It's like you're able to warp back to a simpler time, a happy time, when you had no responsibilities, not a care in the world. Justin says, under the crow's obsidian eye. Okay. Marty says, I am. Brent says, call him anything but late for dinner, CG. Yes, that's right. You can call me anything but late for dinner. Justin says you're hitting a high watermark of live viewers tonight. That's true. I was up to 18, but it's now dropped down to 8, so I don't know what happened there. Valerie says, hello, Justin and my friends. Justin says you had 17 consecutive viewers just for a few moments ago. Yes, I did. Not consecutive, but simultaneous. I wonder who they were and where they went. Brent says, Ohio State won. That's the only team that matters. Oh, hi, oh. Just kidding. But I'm glad Ohio State won. Well, I'm glad Ohio State won too, but we'll see how they do at the end of the playoffs. The Ohio State. CG says, my family and I have been watching Halloween-themed films, which is why I was absent from last week's stream. Yeah, I know you and your family were watching movies last week, which is perfectly okay. No problem at all. We did miss you, but I'm glad you're back this week, and I certainly understand, spending time with your family is always important. He did finish today's film before the stream. Okay. The Ohio State Buckeyes, yep. Badlands Bandit says, hello to Gumball and Mrs. Gumball. Is Mrs. Gumball watching tonight, Jim? If she is, hey, Mrs. Gumball, how are you doing tonight? Good to see you. Sam, I still see you're cultivating the face fuzz. Well, it's not really fuzz anymore. It's actually turned into a manly beard. I feel so manly now. Do I look manly? Do I look like a manly man? Do I look... everybody that talks to me about my beard, they say it makes me look more distinguished. So anything I can do to cover up this face, that's what I'm going to do. Marty says, watching football. And Gumball says, thanks to Bandit. Brent says he just subscribed to Gumball Gold. Good, Brent. I think you'll enjoy watching Gumball Gold. He's got some pretty good content. He used to be a lot funnier when he made his videos about Airbnb, because he used to make fun of some of the woke liberals. I miss those woke videos, Gumball Gold, Jim. Justin says, oh, I had an epiphany the other day. I'm very sorry to be saying this, but I'm coming out of the closet as Roll Tide. Oh my goodness. Don't make me throw up in my mouth, Justin. Gumball says, thanks, Brent. And Brent says, no, I meant to say, as Barney Fife says, nip it in the bud. Justin says, when I slam Captain Crunch, it definitely puts me in a dangerously infantile state of mind, and I start trashing my dining area and spitting up. See, that's funny, because I remember when you used to do that for real, because Justin is my son. And so, we used to sing the special song every day. You remember that? Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-day. All the fun stuff. Yeah. Valerie says he can remember where, I guess that's just William talking. He can remember when Justin used to throw around his Cheerios all over the kitchen. Yes, Justin was the messiest eater, and he was... That child, when he was a little baby, I'm gonna tell on you, Justin. When you were a little baby, you used to be voracious with your appetite. When I couldn't get the food, when we first started feeding you cereal when you were a baby, and you got off the milk. By the way, you got off the milk really early, like 6 months. Started giving you cereal, and you couldn't get it in your mouth fast enough, and then you had to, you nearly sucked the syringe and the spoon. You sucked that spoon, I couldn't get it out of your mouth because you were sucking on it so hard. You were hungry. Rice Krispie Treat cereal. Yeah. Instead of eating child cereals, it sounds like we should be eating all bran. Well, bran is really good for your, your digestive system, and it helps keep you regular. Of course, when you get to be my age, regularity is an important thing. So, there's that. Invisible says his ranch is a big bowl of sugar pops. CG says, I hope that it's okay that I eat Lucky Charms. Absolutely. You should eat Lucky Charms every day. Of course, I'll tell you what I do for cereal. I don't have an assortment of kids cereal. Maybe I should. I think it's time for me to add children's cereal to my repertoire. But right now, I like Honey Nut Cheerios. Who's with me on the Honey Nut Cheerios? I really like Honey Nut Cheerios. They're really good. And so what I do is I take Raisin Bran, and not just regular Raisin Bran, but the Raisin Bran that comes with these little chunks of oats and stuff like that that are all kind of clumped together. So I put that in the bowl, and then I put the Honey Nut Cheerios on top of that. So it's almost like a kid's cereal. I mean, but you get raisins and you get bran cereal and Cheerios. So it's more healthy for you. Good for your cholesterol. Cheerios are good for your cholesterol. But so that's how I do my cereal. So what do you guys do for cereal? I already heard the corn pops, heard the Lucky Charms, the sugar pops, Rice Krispie treats, and all that good stuff. So what all do you guys do? Let's see. I got to catch up on these. Invisible says available on Sam's eBay. No, I don't have any kid cereal available on my eBay yet, but I might be. Justin says, go ahead and enjoy your favorite children's cereal, but proceed with caution. Next thing you know, you'll be wearing diapers and getting into baby role playing. Yeah, there are people that actually do that. Brent says it would be Nintendo 64 for him. Instead of having an Atari 2600, he would be playing his Nintendo 64, and there's nothing wrong with that either. But what would be your game, though? What would be your game, Brent? Would it be Donkey Kong 64, or would it be Battle Tanks, or what? What would it be? What's your favorite game on Nintendo 64? Brent says, I would have to eat my cereal first to get all soggy before I play Nintendo 64. Invisible says, I bought one of those old Nintendos. My kids laughed at me. Valerie, which is actually William, says, Sam and I used to watch cartoons on Saturday mornings and eat cereal in front of the TV. Yes, that's true. And the show that we would fight over would be the Smurfs, because we would be sitting there and watching the Smurfs and eating our cereal. But now let me take you back to my childhood. It wasn't a happy time all the time, okay? So we didn't get Lucky Charms. We didn't get kids cereal when I was a kid. We got cornflakes. We got cornflakes and plain Cheerios. We did not get any special Cheerios. So my dad was a very frugal person when it came to going grocery shopping. He would just get the cornflakes, the flat out cornflakes. And we didn't get real milk either. No. We got powdered milk. That's what we drank. So my dad would buy a box of powdered milk, and I cannot stomach even thinking about powdered milk these days. But back then, that was what we had. So we would take the powdered milk and pour it in our cornflakes. We didn't even get Chex. I mean, at least with Chex, you could drop a little sugar in it or something, you know. Of course, we did put a little bit of sugar in our cornflakes to make it go down a little bit better, but cornflakes, that's what we had. We didn't get no Boo Berries. We didn't get no Lucky Charms. We didn't get anything, just cornflakes. Partners in crime, yes we were, me and William. He is Yosemite Sam out in Arizona. Gumball Gold, yes she is watching too. Hey Josie! Hi Josie, how are you doing? Josie made me spaghetti last year when I went to their house, and she cooked for me. I think every meal. It was really good, Josie. You are such a good host. Thank you for having me. I had a good time at Jim and Josie's house last year. Brent says he's inspired by Grizzly Adams to grow a beard. I like my beard. It's taken me a little while to get used to it. It was a little bit itchy when it was coming in, and it wasn't real thick and sparse it was real sparse before. It wasn't real thick like it is now. It's getting to be a lot better. Valerie says manly. Yeah, she's talking about my beard. It's a manly man's beard. Marty says she loves me. Love you too, Marty. Valerie says, yes, make sure you cover that face up, and as usual, take your Halloween mask off for Halloween. You know, that's William talking. That's not Valerie. So I'm not mad at you, Valerie. I know that's William, and you need to take your phone away from him because he's not responsible with the phone. He's just not responsible. CG says, I had a cold for a couple of weeks, so I watched some Star Trek shows that hadn't seen before to get my mind off of things. I like Star Trek. Marty says she loves Cheerios. Brent says, I don't eat cereal. I can't remember the last time. Justin says, I go berserk for Honey Nuts. Invisible River Bird eats Cheerios. You guys ever hear that quip? Yeah, I've heard that before. Or who peed in it? Who peed in your cereal? Who peed in your Cheerios? Invisible, he does that too. Free with every purchase. Brent says, my game with Diddy Kong. Okay, he likes Diddy Kong. And Dallas Flippin' likes Yoshi's Story. Cool. Breakout. Invisible River says, Breakout. So, Dash with Dallas Flippin'. Did you ever play that clay, what is it called? Clay, dadgummit, what is the name of that one? It's a real valuable game now. I can't think of it. Clay makers, or anyway, you can tell me what it is. Invisible River Breakout. And Brent says he likes Pokemon Stadium. William says his mother-in-law makes blueberry oatmeal for breakfast, and then it's very good. Dallas, good game as well. Have you guys heard about that dude who was obsessed with blueberries and would buy 20 boxes every time he went to Walmart? No, I haven't heard about that one. He just got cornflakes and lived and lived to tell about it. And I walked to school in the snow, uphill, both ways, barefoot. Marty says she's eating cereal right now. Good to go. Mr. Kellogg's medicine. Invisible River says, Dr. Kellogg. And Justin says, keep the beard up. It's the orthodox way. And Justin, yes, Clay Fighters, that's what I was thinking about. Did you know that game goes for about $400? It's crazy. There's two versions of that game. One of them is really valuable, one is semi-valuable, but the one that's really valuable goes for about $5. And if you get it complete in box, it's over $1,000. And if you get it complete in box sealed, it's like over $2,000. Can you believe someone would pay that much for a video game? Invisible says the hair itches him. It's just no beard for long. So you guys, I know you didn't come on just for me to spend all night talking, did you? If you wanna see my eBay store, say I want to see your eBay store. Do you want to see my eBay store? Justin says the one version of Clay Fighters is valuable because you could only rent it from Blockbuster and it was never fit. That's right. That's absolutely right. You could only rent it from Blockbuster and it was never officially available. Justin says there were only so many copies made. That's true. That's the clay fighter I was talking about. There's a great video here on YouTube about a guy who stole a copy from Blockbuster when he was a kid. I saw that. I saw that. Brent says, wasn't that Todd from Rats who bought tons of Blueberry cereal? I don't know. You did that last week. So you don't want to do the store. Y'all don't want to do the store? Y'all don't want to see the eBay store? How's your aunt doing? Well, she's doing just good. She's doing great tonight. I just left her at the church. She was going to stay and clean up because we had, like I was saying earlier, we went out there for a thing with a bunch of kids where they all dressed up and they got their costumes on, and we had chili cook-off and ate chili, and now, you know, she may regret me eating that chili. I don't know. Store is booming. Yes, it is. People getting Christmas presents. Yes. Brent says, I always say, do what makes you happy. Channel your rules, buddy. But I want to make you guys happy too. Do you prefer me just talking randomly about eating cereal and reliving your childhood on the floor of your living room while playing Nintendo or Atari 2600, or do you want to see the real life of Sam? The unretired life, the fake retired life of Sam Smith, who is also known as Retire Inspired. Or you could just say fake retire inspired Sam. Because I'm the fake retired guy. I'm not really retired. I always say, let's see, yeah, okay. Marty says for Halloween she's going to be screaming. So you're going to be Scream. You already told me that. Yeah, you told us last week. You said you got a Scream mask, so you're going to be Scream. What's the wife think of the beard? What does the wife think of the beard? She does not like to put her face on my beard. She says that she don't like the feel of my beard on her face. But she says it makes me look distinguished. So I've had several people tell me that it makes me look distinguished. And of course I like to look distinguished, because who wouldn't? Who would not like to look distinguished? You know, you want to be that distinguished person in the room that sits in the corner and picks his nose, or just, you know, randomly speaks to people and says, hey, how you doing? What's up? Justin says, talk about eBay customer horror stories in honor of the spooky season. Oh, ooh, ooh. Talk about eBay customer horror stories. Okay. Okay. I got you. I'm picking up what you're putting down. All right. All right. All right. All right. Let me think. Okay. I had two, not one, mind you, two separate cases where someone bought something from me. One time it was a karaoke machine, and they sent it back and said it didn't work. Well, as a good eBay reseller, what do? You take a picture of the, that's right, you got it, Dallas, dash, serial number. You take a picture of the serial number so that if they send you back one that has a different serial number, guess what? They kept your good one and sent you their broke one and thought they would get away with it. Well, guess what? They did. They did. They got away with it. of course, I reported it to eBay, and I showed them the photographs of the one that I sent them with the serial number showing, and the one that they sent me with a different serial number showing. eBay still refunded them. They didn't charge me. I mean, I didn't have to pay them back either. eBay sucked that cost right up. So I didn't have to pay them back, but they got away with fraud. And eBay supported that. So you think the next time that they're going to do anything any different? I think not. Brent says, speaking of cereal, who likes Kix? It's mother approved. I like Kix. I prefer mother unapproved cereals such as Cookie Crisp. Brent says, happy wife, happy life. Absolutely. Marty says, are dog patches going to be lamb chop for Halloween? I don't know. Invisible says he has 2 daughters, no sons. I got 2 sons, 2 daughters, and 1 adopted daughter. So actually I've got 3 daughters. Brent says, if your beard reminds me of Red Green from Red Green Show. I don't know who Red Green is, but I'm going to have to research that. So I'll check that out. I'll check that out later after the live stream. Invisible says they got a mark. Your children have a mark? Is that what you're saying? So, I don't know what I'm going to be doing for Halloween. I might still be in Chicago. Guess what, guys? I'm going to see my son Justin next week. I'm headed out of here on Sunday of next week, so there will be no live stream next week. Unless, I won't say there will not be a live stream, but if there is a live stream, it'll be from the road. Because I'm hitting the road next Sunday morning. I plan on spending the night in a Cracker Barrel parking lot somewhere close to Chicago Sunday night, getting up early Monday morning and driving into Chicago on Monday morning a week from tomorrow. So I'll be in Chicago hanging out with my son, Justin, and I gave him a job, one job. And I think he is going to fulfill his responsibilities, aren't you, Justin? His job is to find things for us to do while I'm in Chicago. And you know what? To be honest with you, I don't care what we do as long as we're spending time together. I'm going there to spend time with him and my beautiful daughter-in-law, Jill. So, if we just sit and eat breakfast every morning and look at each other, that's okay with me, because I'm just going to spend time with my family. Because I love my son. He's my buddy. Let's see. Okay. Brent says, you don't know the Red Green Show. It's free to watch the whole show on YouTube. I recommend. I will definitely check it out when I get off of here. Red Green is on Roku. Okay. Will do. The guy on eBay cheated. You got the mark. Oh, yeah. No, I didn't get any mark. I didn't get any negative feedback or anything against my store at all. I didn't have to pay him either. I didn't have to give him his money back. But eBay just paid him back his money, gave him back his money, even though they knew that he frauded the system. Actually, it was a woman. I shouldn't say he, it was a woman. But she just frauded the system. Do you think she's going to do anything different next time? I think not. It's funny. Yeah, it's not funny to me. I hate it when people cheat and get away with it. Let's see. Justin says one idea he had was for us to tour the Chicago Pedway a subterranean network of tunnels under the city's downtown. That sounds cool, and it sounds like good content. So, while I'm in Chicago next week, I'm going to be making content for my YouTube channel. And by the way, I have 2 members on my YouTube channel now, Invisible River and Brent Mania. So I've got 2 members on my YouTube channel now. And so you guys will be able to watch the content before anybody else gets to watch it. So we'll be making some really good content. We're going to find stuff to make content with, even if it's just going to a really good pizza place and eating a deep pan pizza, because I have never had pizza as good as, let me tell you guys, when I went to Chicago, when I went to Chicago last October, I had the best deep pan pizza I have ever, I'm not saying this lightly, I have ever put in my mouth. The best deep pan pizza I have ever eaten was right outside of my daughter-in-law's college, Northport. It's good stuff. We're going to have to go back there, Justin. Justin says we might encounter some hostile creatures. Invisible says, I'm going to feed him some to the mountain lions. Yeah, you're going to feed me. Now I don't know if I want to come. You got to be careful with what you say, because I ain't got out there yet. Red green is funny. Wolfman's Goodies, what's up, my friend? Howdy, Sam, and how are your sales? Ours are slow. Mine are kind of hit and miss. I've been selling some high dollar stuff, so it's kind of saved me. But it hadn't been a whole lot of stuff. It hadn't been a big quantity of stuff. And I was going to show my store tonight, but I didn't get the vibes that people wanted to see all the stuff in my store tonight. But I've had some pretty good sales recently. So, Chad, go on my sold items and check out, see what I've sold in the last couple of weeks. But I've had some pretty good high dollar sales. So I'm at $5,000, like $5,100 for the last 31 days, which is up from the previous 2 months where I was not quite meeting the $5,000 threshold, which I kind of wanted to stay in that threshold. But yeah, the sales are not as much as I had thought they would be starting off fourth quarter. But, I mean, I can't complain because they're still all right. I have had like 1 or 2 days this month that I haven't had any sales. But I'm not going to complain about that because I kind of enjoy having a little break every now and then. So I saw your video this morning, Chad, and I saw where you and the missus went on a little staycay, and I'm glad that you got a chance to get out and go do some stuff. So you needed a little vacation, I could tell, and I'm glad that you got to get out and go do some stuff, Chad. You and Melissa. Hope Melissa's doing well. And sorry I missed your live stream tonight, Chad, but I was at a Halloween event at our church. It was for the kids. They had a little dress-up party tonight, and then they had a chili cook-off. So they were judging the chili, and they were also dressing up and judging the costumes the little kids were wearing. They had some really cute costumes. So I had a good time. Took some pictures, so maybe I'll share those. Maybe I'll do a post and share those. But if you weren't on earlier, I'm going to be putting out a poll to see who feels like it's good for your mental health to eat kids' cereal. I think it is. I think it is good to get you a nice bowl of Lucky Charms or Cocoa Puffs. Or Dracula, what was that? Count Dracula. And what are some other ones? Some other good ones. They used to have a lot more toys in them too. When I was a kid, they would have little glow-in-the-dark toys and all kinds of neat little toys in the cereal boxes. You had to wait till you get down to the bottom of the box to get it. But I enjoyed that. Invisible said, best content is when you're in the middle of nowhere. Thank you. He's talking about Giordano's. Yes. Good. That was the best pizza. And I definitely plan, we've got to go back there, Justin. We have got to. Invisible saying hello to Wolfman's Goodies. Wolfman says, have you hung up the Mayberry sign? Your videos are cool. Thank you. I appreciate that. Well, they're cool because they got Chad in them. You know, I'm hanging out with the Wolfman and Mayberry, and we're going thrifting, and we're having a good time. That's why the videos are cool. But thank you. I appreciate that. Tim with retirement is underrated. Welcome, buddy. You're a little bit late, but better late than never. So I'm glad you're here. How are you doing tonight? Did you have a good Sunday? And what is the weather like up there in New York? Wolfman's Goodies says, it's okay. Tim says he talked to his son in Romania. Wow. If you don't know, Tim's son is in Romania spreading the gospel. And that is such a blessing that he is doing that. I know that Tim is really proud of his son, as he should be. So great job, Tim, in raising such a wonderful son who is preaching and teaching the gospel in worlds, in lands way away from here. So Tim says he will share a video soon of him playing the guitar. So proud of him. I know you are. Wolfman Goody says, Golden Puffs. You like Golden Puffs, okay. Invisible says it was nice to see North Carolina. Yeah, I really enjoyed my time up there. It was a nice trip, and again, I want to thank Chad and his family for being such gracious hosts. They allowed me to stay on their property on the wolf land. So I stayed on their property and I camped out in my van, and just we would go hang out. We'd go thrifting during the day, and then I'd go out to Mayberry in the afternoon, and sometimes I'd go out to Mayberry in the morning when he had other things to do, and we just kind of made it all work. And then Friday night, the night before I left, and Saturday was the day of the parade, but Friday night I actually stayed downtown. I did some stealth camping in a parking lot behind the the post office in Mayberry or Mount Airy. So I stayed in a parking lot in the right behind the post office. So I didn't have to go anywhere. I was already parked. It was funny because the DAV, the Disabled Veterans, they were renting spots out in that parking lot for $5 a piece to park there. It may have been $15. I'm not sure exactly. 5 or 15, I can't remember. But I was already parked there, and when I got out of my van, I was kind of walked around the back of it, and they looked at me kind of cross-eyed, like, "What are you doing here?" But I went ahead and gave them the money because it was going to support veterans, and I'm a veteran myself, so I want to support veterans any way I can. So I went ahead and gave them the money for parking in the parking lot, even though I was already parked there before they got there. But it was good. We had a good time. And then I got up and went to the parade, which you guys will be seeing on my videos pretty soon, and my 2 members will get to see that early. So if you're a member to my channel, then you get to see my videos early. So if you're not yet a member, please consider signing up and becoming a member on my channel. And I will be giving out free t-shirts for 30-day members. It was nice to see North Carolina. I enjoyed it there. Marty says, I hope you'll be safe going to Chicago. I hope so too. I hope y'all say prayers for me while I'm traveling, that I have a safe trip, and that I don't break down. I did something really silly yesterday when we went yard selling. I thought my van broke down. I thought my Sprinter van broke down because we were driving the Sprinter van yard selling. So here's the Sprinter van story. We were on the third house yard selling yesterday, and I couldn't get the van to start. It just wouldn't start. So what we ended up doing is calling an Uber, leaving the van there, and going and getting my other van, which is a smaller van. It's a Honda Odyssey. We went, took the Uber back to the house, got the Honda Odyssey, and then we drove the Honda Odyssey back out there and finished our yard selling. Then we went back out to the van because I thought something was going to be wrong with it. In my head, I had all these terrible things that were happening. I was going to have it towed. I was going to have to take it to the Mercedes dealership and have to pay $500 just to have it diagnosed, and then another 1,000 or 2,000, who knows, to get it fixed. But we got out there, and guys, I did the dumbest thing I have done in a very long time. I try to avoid dumb things, but this I guess I got up too early or didn't get enough sleep, or what, I don't know. But what happened was, got in the van, put the key in, and I looked down, it was in drive. That's why it wouldn't crank, because it wasn't in park, it was in drive. So that was dumb. But thank goodness, I felt dumb for doing that, but at the same time, I felt relieved because now I know I'm not going to have to pay all this money out. So Tim says the leaves are falling, and it was warm there in New York today. Invisible says, was the first warm day in a few. And CG is saying hi to Tim, and it's always good to see him. Now, I noticed that CG is going on to Tim's live streams now and watching him, and I try to catch Tim's live streams too when he does his live streams. Are you going to try to do them every Wednesday now, Tim, like 2 o'clock or something like that? I can't remember if you said you were going to pick a specific day or something like that, but if you hadn't checked it out, go check out Tim's channel at Retirement is Underrated. He's got a good little growing channel, so I'm really glad to see that. He's doing really good. Invisible says, the whole farm scene. The secret to pizza is the crust in the cannata flour. So Retirement is Underrated. Tim says every Tuesday at 7 p.m. So every Tuesday at 7 p.m. is your live stream. Okay. I don't know why I was thinking it was Wednesday. Did you ever have Wednesday as your live stream? And you're welcome for the shout out. Invisible says he's from New Jersey. That's right. You're from New Jersey, and then you went to Florida. And now you're in Arizona. So you're not, I wouldn't say a world traveler, but you might be. But you're also a well-traveled person for the United States. So I have just gone over an hour, and I didn't even get to eBay or or my flea market booth. We just spent the whole hour talking, which I guess I got pretty good rest last night because I'm not too tired, and we had a good live stream tonight. Thank you guys for all the comments, and thank you for being on my live stream tonight. It was good to see you all, and I appreciate my 2 new members, Invisible River and Brent Mania. So thank you guys for becoming members, and anybody else who is interested in membership, please consider becoming members of my channel so that you can get early content when I put stuff out. I usually put it out, I usually drop it about an hour before it actually goes to the public. So if you become a member, you'll get to see my videos early. But you know, there's no pressure, no worries. If you can't do it, I understand, certainly do. But if you can, and if you would like to become a member to my channel, please consider becoming a member, and it would mean a lot to me. I want to try to build up my membership. But Tim says he was born in Morristown, New Jersey. Father moved them to Cape Cod in '71 and upstate in 2004. So I'm going to go ahead and call it a night, guys. Thank you so much for being on my live stream. And Tigger, Tigger has been so good tonight. He's just been sitting in my lap and just relaxing. But he also says good night to everybody. And thank you guys for being on. Chad with Wolfman Goody says he bought a 2-channel CB walkie-talkie for $2. And tonight, a guy from Kentucky said, "Yabba dabba doo, God loves you," on the CB channel. That's cool. So I bought a CB, speaking of CBs, I bought a CB yesterday at the yard sales. It's a Cobra CB. So the Cobra CBs seem to do pretty good. Jim with Gumball Gold knows a lot about CBs, so he's my resident expert on CBs. Invisible River says Morristown is nice. Watchung Mountains. Tim says have a good night, Sam and Tigger. Gumball Gold says good night. So I'm going to say good night to everybody. Thank you all for joining me tonight, and I appreciate you all. Hope you guys have a blessed week, and hope you guys have a good Halloween. Be sure and keep me in your prayers as I travel to Chicago, and hope it's a good trip, a safe trip, and that I have no vehicle troubles while I'm on my way. And I'm going to enjoy getting to see you, Justin, next week. And maybe we can do a live stream on Wednesday, you and I together. So good night to you all. Thank you for joining me, and we'll see you on, if I am going to be doing a live stream next Sunday, just look out for my post, and if you see that I have posted and that I have a live stream scheduled, just come on and we'll do it from the van. I might be stopped and settled in for the night by 7:30 next Sunday. So we'll see what we can do. But you guys take care. Love you guys. And we'll see you on the next one. Until then, bye-bye.